Hello and welcome, this is James Rose here, and this is EU4 Mandate of Heaven, our first episode as the Ming. As I've said in the previous episodes, I got my review code from Gamers Entertainment Network, so it'd be great if you guys can go check them out. More information in the Japanese video and a link in this video and that video's description. Be really appreciated, thanks. So what this is a little mini-series where I'm playing Japan, Korea, the Manchus and Ming. Jianzhou to be more exact. Where we have a quick look at the start for each nation so we can get an idea of who we want to play in a longer campaign. So here we are as the greatest nation on Earth. Like 3 times stronger than the next one down. And that's not including the stuff from protectorates. Okay, so I think the first thing we want to do is just go around our border and protectorate everyone we can who borders us to help with our Mandate of Heaven growth. Because the non-tributaries refers to countries we border who aren't our tributaries, so we want to increase that. But let's have a look through. So our starting ruler sucks and so does his heir. However, we are the Ming, we have 32 ducats a month. And as such, actually before we do that, we want to go here and smash out some high level ministers. Okay, we're going to want to give some territory to some people. So first thing I'm going to do is swap to this map mode. And go around and give the Shangbang, I'm assuming that's how you say it, all of the centres of trade that I can. That's not ours, it's Diviets. Another one up here. Another one here. And I think that's it. No, wait, that is one. That's not a state though. I think that's all of them. So then they're high enough we can hire a minister, do that, and also take a bit of money off them. And we could do with giving our clergy a bit of territory as well. Here's a grain province, be happy. What does that take them up to? I want to try and take them up to 40. Here's another grain province. 37.5, and another one. Almost there. Trying to give them grain provinces because they're the least valuable provinces. Aha, grain. And we can't give them that, it's not a core. Or a full core, it's a territorial core. Aha, okay, we can't give them these. I think I'm just gonna, here we go, perfect. Okay, and now we can hire ourselves. I'm going to go with a theologian and take some admin points. And then we can go over here and we can go, we're going to hire this guy. We're going to hire this guy. And then we're going to hire this guy. Well, we have 2 level 3s and a level 2 advisor for 8 ducats 47 a month. So that barely even touched our income. Well, it took a third of it, but we don't really need 30 ducats a month income. Okay, so that's them taken care of. We are the Celestial Empire. We have extra prestige, but institutions spread slower. We are also able to use decrees and pass reforms. I'll go through these very quickly. If you want to see it in more detail, go check out my stream video, or if you're in the future, so after Mandate of Heaven has officially come out, I'm going to be putting out some videos going through these in a bit more detail. So by spending our meritocracy, which goes up by having good advisors and by trading in Chinaware, we can have cheaper cores and cheaper development costs, more money, more trade, better ships, better forts, or better infantry, we're going to straight away go, we want more money. Because money is all important in EU4. Let's see. So that... Oh yeah, we can also pass reforms by getting high mandate, which increases meritocracy, increases trade and gives us a diplomat, gives us monthly autonomy change, gives us cheaper core creation, and give us an extra admin power every month, which is pretty awesome. So with this and this, you can have at least minus 20% core creation cost as any Celestial Empire, which actually could work well with the Qing. Because you start as the Manchu, you form the Manchu, then you beat up the Ming, you take the Celestial Empire and form the Qing. And from there, they have minus 20%, and then as the Celestial Empire as well, once you've passed your reforms and by taking this, you will have minus 40% core creation cost before you've even done anything else. So that's possibly the new world conquest, because the Ottomans have been nerfed into the ground, so that's possibly the new world conquest strat for your average player. Or you may have to try that. Diplomacy. Okay, we do want to play with our diplomacy. We have 3 diplomats currently. Let's start down here. We're going to go along our borders and we're going to tell everyone that they are now our tributaries. And if they don't want to be our tributaries, we will have to force them, essentially. There's no choice in whether you become a tributary or not. You just do. If you try to say no, then you're going to get a giant Ming army down your throat. Simple as. Okay, what are our ideas? We have cheaper fort maintenance and cheaper ideas. Those are both very nice. And our ambition is to have plus 30% improved relations. That's a really nice one as well. We get fort defense plus 5% garrison size plus 25%, 5% discipline, minus 10% stab cost, plus 10% admin efficiency, plus 10% trade efficiency, plus 10% national tax modifier. There's loads of money to be had there. And plus 1 land leader fire. Missions, let's just just improve relations with Korea. That's a nice little mission to start with. We're going to... Our religious unity isn't going to change anytime soon. I'm tempted to take this... Oh, we don't need a stab. We don't need stability. Harmony. We can harmonize with some religions, but I want to wait 50 years for harmony to be full before we do that. That would be the best way of doing that. We don't need our forts on. It's unnecessary. We need to organize what we want everyone to give us. So, I think we don't need money, that's for sure. We do need manpower right now. That could be better. And monarch points are always good. So, I think anyone that can't give us monarch points is going to give us manpower. And everyone else is going to give us various monarch points. Try and get it equal. There we go. We're not going to be converting anyone because we don't want to, that costs us harmony and we don't want to be spending our harmony. We want it to tick up to the top and then we will harmonize with the various religions. And I think that's all for now. These are the things you can do with your tributaries. You can bestow them gifts, which lowers their liberty desire. You can demand additional tribute from them. You can demand artifacts to increase your prestige. Grant them provinces, pay off their debt, and send them troops. So mostly it's a one-way relationship. They, I think, gain more benefits on a one-to-one basis than you do, unless you go through and suddenly decide that actually they all need to pay you a lot more than they are doing. And there's no good reason that they shouldn't be. So, yeah. We're going to stay on this map mode. We're going to watch as a few more nations pop into tributary states. Hello. I just got a new chief. I don't remember even seeing that chief. I have 3 tribal states as tribute. Is that like a secret? I don't remember seeing that as an achievement. No, yeah, let's load up Steam and have a quick look. There's no good reason not to do this. So, we just got, I'm assuming it's right at the bottom, have 3 tribal states as tributaries. I don't remember seeing that before. Was that like a secret achievement? Maybe I'm not remembering, because I did look through all the achievements. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, we got a chief. First chief of the expansion. Let's continue. Wait for our diplomats to get back, and then we will send them to those up north. Speed it up to speed 3. Just while we're playing with our diplomats. Janzhao, you're now a tributary. Haixi, you're a tributary. Korchin, you're a tributary. Mongolia, I can't demand they become a tributary because they're under the Oirat. The Oirat aren't going to become a tributary. And then we have the Chagatai, who also aren't going to become a tributary. So that's all of the ones on our borders. That has got us up to positive in our mandate. So that's good. Our mandate will now grow. And so what we want to do now is go to the diplomacy macro and go influence and see who else wants to be tributaries. Lana does. Oops. Didn't mean to close it. Let's try that one again, shall we? Sadia does. And Chara Kachar does. There we go. More tributary states for us. The Emperor's a zealot. Of course he is. Actually makes me kind of want to convert, but the fact is it still loses us harmony, and I want to try harmonizing as Ming as opposed to doing anything else. Okay, so one thing we're going to do, we have plenty of cavalry, so we're going to... I hate this map mode, it's still laggy as hell despite the expansion. Do that, and build up towards our force limit to scare off everyone else, because we do have to defend our tributaries. All of our diplomats are free again, so I should be sending them out. Established tributaries, let's do the ones at the bottom. Because they're the ones most likely to change their minds. There we go. That's 3 more. The influence of Ming grows. Once we've established all of these, we'll go after Chagatai and the Oirat and force them into being our tributaries as well. And then we'll see about where we want to go with actually expanding our borders. Because I can't see any good reason to not just have everyone who's a tributary be a tributary to start with. And then we can work out what we want to do from there. Okay, so we're doing alright for monarch points. In fact, let's go back to here and go through... In fact, can we organise it by interactions? If I close that. No, we can't organise by interactions. Okay. So, you're going to give me manpower because we need our manpower isn't full. Once our manpower is full, we will stop doing that. Boom. It'll be interesting to see, once all of our tributaries are established, how much of everything we actually get at the end of each year. Tegu's almost changed his mind, so it's a good job we just grabbed him now. Hello. Chagatai. Chagatai, what are you doing? How dare you attack one of my tributaries? They are essentially a part of Ming. And by attacking them, you have attacked me. What we're going to do is just going to put this to the side for a second until we get our diplomats back. Then I'm going to hope that I can still go establish tributary and get the last one. There we go. And then we will be accepting that call to war because we have nothing better to do. We are the Ming. We are the most powerful country in the world. So there is nothing wrong with going and beating the crap out of Chagatai. Although we have very little manpower right now. So let's see if that can get changed at the end of the year. Anyone else still giving me money? No? Okay. Let's bring all of our... Okay, we need to wait for a month to tick so they actually have some morale. There we go. You go there. I should organise my ships as well. You guys go and protect trade in... Where's somewhere we don't own that we're worrying? Actually, no, just go to Beijing for now. We'll think about... In fact, don't go home at war because we're at war. And you guys are what you are. How much am I down on my naval force limit? 6. I think we'll just get light ships for now. There we go. You guys come up towards the front. You come up here. Chagatai is already losing before we've even gotten involved, so clearly they're not going to stand a chance. Oh, also, one thing I'll point out, because I can do here, is they've changed the amount of power projection you get for your great power rankings. So the number 1 great power now gets plus 50 to their power projection, which is great, because that means if you're the first ranked great power, you get plus 1 to all of your monarch points, which is awesome. Okay. We need some generals. Both our king and our heir suck. So they're going to be made the generals. They still both suck at leading troops, so we're going to get one more. He also sucks. This seems appropriate for Ming. There we go. These 3 armies are going to head north and go fight the Chagatai. Orient's now declared war on Chagatai because Chagatai are fighting me, the strongest nation on the earth, and so look particularly weak. Let's see, Mandate of Heaven is ticking up. We're getting more money using meritocracy. Now, what we're going to do, I say we just go and siege down Chagatai. You guys go to their capital. You guys go to the bits next to it. Oh yeah, you also get power projection for fulfilling, that's not what I want this, things in the ages. So we are getting we're getting 3 power projection for each of the objectives we've already fulfilled. I wonder if we can't rival anyone, can we? No, we can't. So we can't get humiliate rival. That's not what I want. Provinces and 2 continents. Humiliate. That has to be a European nation. Embrace the Renaissance. I mean, we can probably get that one done. Although as the Ming, we're going to struggle with embracing the Renaissance. Why are you taking attrition? Go to the province next door where you won't take attrition. Oh, I forgot to look at how much everything we got when the year changed. Darn it. Sorry about that. Okay, you split in half. Half you go north, half you go south. You don't all need to be there. Split off. Are we in charge of this siege? No, the Oira are. So we're going to just continue this way. How many men do these guys have? 20,000 or 21,000-ish in total. And they're at war with us and the Oira. They're not going to do well. Harmonies are really interesting. The way Harmony works is so different to the other religions. I think I'm going to have quite a good time playing with that. Even if we end up, say, playing Japan for the main campaign, I think I'm going to have to do a campaign as Ming or the Manchus off screen so that I can play with the new Harmony mechanics. Oh no, lose 5 meritocracy. The examination system is decaying. The examination system has served the emperors of China well for centuries. In theory, it allows us to ensure that only those with the best ability will be selected to act as the officials of the emperor. Lately, however, it is widely accepted that the general level of the essays of the examinees have been decreasing. Even the work of this year's Optimus is much worse than the failures of some years according to the master examiners. Oh no. We need to make harder tests, guys. See, even back in this age, they weren't able to write good examination tests. So when people complain about exams being bad nowadays, just think that they've always been bad and they probably always will be bad. You can't please everyone. Especially people taking exams. They're incredibly hard to please. Oop, hello. Loads of things. Okay. Malacca meddles in politics. It seems our tributary Sultanate Malacca has been offering to support political factions at our court in return for aid in their war against our other tributary Jianzhou? How are they at war with Jianzhou? They're not... That's... No. We gain 5 distrust and they gain 5 distrust. The exotic goods of Lan Na. Our court in Beijing marvels at the great number of exotic goods brought by tributary mission from Lana. Enterprising officials and merchants alike have taken note of how sought after these items are, and the alliances are being formed already. If we don't act quickly, it seems all but certain a smuggling ring will be set up to bring more exotic goods to the capital. Allow it, but ensure we get a share. So that's corruption. That's losing some Shangbang, that's the merchants' loyalty. But we gain more trade efficiency and prestige, or we must impose strict regulations immediately, mandate and loyalty, and they get a event called New Business Opportunities. I'm going to take the 5 mandate, thank you, because I want my reforms. Oh, have they stopped? No, the Oira is still sieging down Chagatai's capital. I feel kind of bad for Chagatai. They made a really poor decision in declaring war here. I wish there was an option to say always give this country provinces you occupied in this war. Okay, you can't go there. We still have so many men sat back here. We are in the negative for manpower, though. Okay, you continue that way. Who's this occupied by? No, it's occupied by them. Good. You head there, you head there. You're already heading there. Good. Oh, is this a capital? Silly moi. We need to put. Actually, we want another one. More troops need to be there to siege that down. You guys continue heading south. You guys follow. And this is what happens when you go to war with Ming. There is no second chances, you just get full occupied. Although admittedly, we're not actually the war leader, we're actually a secondary participant. So while we can separate peace Chagatai, it will cost us, actually, we can tell them to give stuff up and stuff. Okay, that costs us Diplo points. Interesting. So, we can force them to give territory away. Because, despite the fact that we're actually not the main, I mean, we can force them to give territory without a dip cost, despite the fact we're not the main participant. Oops. Okay, you're getting that one. Might as well bring these guys back now. Go and celebrate your victory in the capital. And what a great victory it is. Ah, this looks good. It's a shame that this doesn't count towards vassals. I'm going to always click on that when I mean to click on this. So we could get the feudal society have at least 5 different vassals. But hey, I shouldn't complain too much. We're getting plenty of splendor from the 2 objectives we've completed. Hey, there's Chagatai's army. I wonder if I can catch it. Where are they going? Also, who's at the front? Okay, the infantry are at the front. Okay, we can catch them here. I wonder if we'll win. I mean, our initial engagement, we won't win. But the secondary engagement, we also might not win looking at this. We didn't quite get there in time. So this doesn't bode well for the second engagement either. And that is the other thing about Ming. They have lots of troops, not particularly strong troops. It doesn't help that our men weren't... also, they're going to come over here and attack these guys now, aren't they? Yeah, they're coming this way. You head up this... No, head... Oh, you can't head the other way. Go and sit on the siege then. Maybe at least we can get the siege done before they arrive. And I guess I'll bring up wave 2. Come up this way. You should probably have some leaders as well, let's be fair. There we go. The king and his prince, who previously lost their battles, are now coming to help. I'm hoping when we take this fort that my vassal will peace out. Although we can just tell Chagatai, like, oh no, we can't. We can't go higher than that way. Okay, yeah, so he'll probably peace out when we get this fort. And next we want our manpower to recover, and then we want to go after the Oryx. We'll have a peace with Chagatai at that point, so we won't be able to tributary them. But we can force tributary on the Oryx. And we'll probably actually use all of our armies at once for that. Hey, tech. We're not going to be taking anything ourselves here. Let's grab us some temples. That siege is almost done. In the meantime, let's have a look at... Oh, Nanjing plus 50. Beijing plus 43. Oh, this is beautiful. Let's just buy all of these. There we go. There we go. There goes all of our money. Now we're going to separate peace. And we can't make them a vassal. What we can do is So you have to give... What's wrong with this? Do I own this? Oh no, they unsieged it. You're going to give our tributary all of that. There we go. And that is now indirectly our land. And everyone else come back over here. We'll do that in a second. Just tell all the men to come down here. There we go. Lose mandate or lose money. I don't really want to lose money. Can I beg some money off someone? Year's not going to tick by, so we're not going to get money that way. I don't really want to lose mandate. But I also don't want to take a loan. What is our loan size? Not too big, actually. That wouldn't be too bad. We'd earn it back quite quickly. Go on then, we'll take a loan. So I don't want to lose mandate because I want to pass some of our reforms here. We need at least 80 to do that. Although arguably it's better to get it all the way up to 100 before doing it. There we go. We have our first loan of Ming. Because Ming doesn't have enough money. But that's going to be all for today. I thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And I hope you tune in tomorrow. If you haven't done already, there are videos to watch on Japan, Korea and Jianzhou here. As well as this one. They should already all be up. So go check them out. And if you have a bit of extra time, also go check out Gamers Entertainment, who gave me the review code for this. I'm very thankful to them. Being able to play my favourite game, the new expansion to my favourite game early is amazing. But whether you do those things or not, I hope to see you tomorrow. In the meantime, have a good day. Bye-bye.